The TLC musical Crazy, Sexy, Cool, it opens at the Arena Theater in Washington, D.C. this summer. Run to see it. And Second Chance Love premieres on Hallmark Plus on January 1st.
So we're preparing men to say, you men have to risk your life and in order to get love and in order to get respect. And so we're telling men, cut off your feelings in order to be willing to risk your life. That's the history of masculinity, is prepare yourself to cut off your feelings in order to be willing to risk your life to serve other people. That's the meaning of the word hero. A hero comes from the word siro, which meant servant or slave. A hero was a slave to the society. He wasn't somebody with power. He was a person expected to give his power over to serve the community.
One of the greatest crimes perpetuated against black men specifically is the level to which their humanity and their hearts have been devalued, diminished, and dehumanized, and that they have become doing machines. The greatest value a black man has, in many instances, is what he can do for somebody.
So how would someone special get your attention?
I'm old school, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you like me unless you give me some money. How do I know? How do I know you like me if you don't send me a gift or give me some money? How?
They've been demeaned and devalued and dehearted to the point where they value themselves based on what they can do. Fix it, get it, make it happen.
2-week minimum of $200 lashes, $300 hair, $250 nails, 200 toes, 200 makeup, 500 lunch money, 500 drink with the homegirls, and $1,000 for clothes, not including rent, car note, bill help.
We have to be honest about the message that we're about to hear from the game. Is the kind of message that you hear when men are trying to go viral in the algorithm and get a lot of young ladies to follow them, like them, repost them, etc. But we also have to understand that this is part of a message that's been told to men for thousands of years because it was necessary for survival. That said, listen to how deep the programming is, even in this modern environment that essentially has legislated equality.
Yeah, I think that is bare minimum for a woman that you're taking serious.
500, 750, 950, 1150, 1650, 2150. Damn.
Yeah, man.
So that's like $5-6 grand a month, gang.
That's low. That ain't, $5 grand.
Oh yeah, for LA that's really low.
Like we live in Los Angeles.
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
Even if you give a woman $5 grand, right, and she has a decent apartment.
Yeah.
That's it's $2,700 for a decent one.
Easy.
She has a car, no car insurance. That's gonna be about $1,000. So that's $37. Right? She got her.
She riding the bus for $1,000 a month.
Her self-care. Her self-care, man. That's gonna be about $1,000.
Yeah, because you want to look nice.
Now you have $4,700.
Yeah.
So then the bill, cell phone bill, all that, she gonna be flat broke.
Again, you can hear how deep the programming goes. If a man is not able to do this in a modern environment where essentially, legislatively speaking, we are equal, then he's not a quote-unquote real man. And so, of course, that's going to have reverberations, now isn't it?
Black men online be loud as hell, real quiet about their income. Because if we're being honest, and we always are over here, only a small slice of black men are actually touching 6 figures, 7 figures. Yet every podcast sound like everybody rich, everybody dominant, everybody's the prize. Meanwhile, data says married men actually earn the most. 11% more to be exact. Men don't level up in isolation. They level up with structure, stability, and a woman who brings order, not chaos. So yes, beloved, at the end of the day, you do need us. And the ones who know that are usually the ones doing well.
I'm old school. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you like me unless you give me some money.
Look, I just want to know. I know y'all ain't celibate. So who's selling it? Which one y'all selling it? You heard? Let me know y'all selling it, because I know you're selling it. You ain't celibate. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me.
But I know that fans like me were pleasantly surprised when you two started dating. And like, I love I love looking at y'all, following y'all. And for me, it's like your total relationship goals. So do you get that a lot from fans?
Yeah, we do hear that a lot.
Yeah.
The whole goals thing.
And I know Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, they said Travis Kelce was on a podcast, and he said that they have never had a fight. He and Taylor.
Yeah.
And I remember you told People magazine, Chilli, that you said the same thing. So, Matthew, I gotta know, is the no fight streak still going on? Like y'all never?
Yeah.
It is.
We don't fight.
No, we don't fight.
Nice.
We have disagreements.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you can disagree on things, but we don't know. It's like I could never even imagine kind of raising my voice either, which is weird. I mean, I've been in relationships where you do, and you go back. I could never do that. There's too much respect.
I want to make this clear because
I ain't one to gossip, so if anyone asks you, you ain't heard it from me. No, you haven't.
I'm not one that does a lot of gossipy content from Hollywood or whatnot, but just watching this interview, there were a couple of things that were really strange. And one of them is just his body language. It just is strange. And then, of course, you factor in that he is 9 years younger than Chilli. And there's just something off about all of this. And so, you know, the inner me.
I knew if I didn't do something, he was going to score. So I went into action.
I supported us.
Cheryl Burke is opening up about her marriage to Matthew Lawrence. 3 years after the Dancing with the Stars alum filed for divorce from Matthew Lawrence, she's sharing how their different financial situations put a strain on the relationship, revealing on iHeartRadio's Amy and TJ podcast that being the breadwinner in her marriage was not good for their relationship.
I learned that you can't buy love.
You tried?
I did, I think so, yeah.
What do you mean?
I tried to not, obviously I didn't buy my ex-husband, but like I would say I was the breadwinner. Like I supported us.
Now remember when we mentioned they were living in Cheryl's home? Well, eventually Matthew had to move out, and according to court documents, he moved in with his 72-year-old mom and his younger brother, Andy. Now, we're not gonna sit here and call Matthew a scrub or a hobosexual. We know that he's very close to his family, which might explain why he moved in with his mama and them. But court documents also show that by the halfway point of 2022, Matthew's income was only $13,000. He, his mom, and his brother pitched in to take care of the bills, which included the $5,200 monthly mortgage payment. In court docs, Matthew listed his monthly expenses as $1,000 for eating out, $400 for groceries, and about $100 for clothing. Thankfully, Matthew didn't contest the prenup, and he agreed that neither of them should receive spousal support. However, he did ask Cheryl to cover his legal fees. Now, while all this was going on, Matthew met Chilli at an event he was a part of.
That little one down there? That little one? No, the one down there with the snot in his nose. That's my little godson, Chucky. Hey, Chucky! Hey, Chuckster! Hey, Chucky, what you do that? You gonna give your godmother a kiss? Mwah!
And what I couldn't realize is that these niggas are just gay. They don't want to take you on dates. They don't want to do no gestures. They don't want to spend no money on you.
Honey, I'm telling you, all them kids do is beg. Give me, loan me, can you spare? Every time you turn around, and neither one of them would ever say, here, dog, here's a bone.
But as soon as it comes to their homeboys want to do something, they so ready. Then they think when they do something slight for you, it's tricking. That is bare minimum. Get out my face with that, for real.
And then I also want to say TLC is going to be debuting in Washington, D.C., yeah?
A musical.
For your musical, the TLC musical, Washington, D.C.
Yep.
Might we, maybe Broadway in the future?
Yes, that's the goal.
All right.
That's the goal.
Because that would sell out. That would sell out if that was on Broadway, the TLC
From your
story.
lips to God's ears.
Yes, we got it, girl.
Looking at the comments underneath the video, they're exactly what you would expect. They're a really sweet couple. They look so comfortable together. Those Lawrence brothers, they're so attractive. I love these two together. But there's one comment that's conspicuously missing from many of the reactions.
I don't know if you like me unless you give me some money.
It took a little while before I found the comment that I was looking for. Dang, she asked him nothing and Chilli talked the whole time. But many of the young ladies in the comment section, as we all know, when a lady likes you, she's going to find reasons to excuse your behavior or explain it away as something positive. They were saying this is a positive display of masculinity, that he is not afraid to let her bask in her light as he is taking the background and be supportive of her success, if you will. But what's notably absent in this conversation of a 54-year-old woman who's doing a musical and hopefully getting ready to do a stint on Broadway so she can make more money is that there are no questions at all for him for what he's doing in his career. And so if that indeed is the case, then apparently his career is not very important to Chilli. Now, is it? All of that said, watch his body language as he sits and listens to the conversation for what Chilli is about to do when there are no questions in a 10-minute interview for him.
The TLC musical Crazy, Sexy, Cool, it opens at the Arena Theater in Washington, D.C. this summer. Run to see it. And Second Chance Love premieres on Hallmark Plus on January 1st. Next up, Karamo is here. Matthew Lawrence, Chilli!
Now, I'm not Magnum P.I. Isn't it funny that we were calling another grown man Magnum, by the way, in the 80s? Isn't that crazy? But anyways, I'm not a private investigator. But if I put two and two together, we have two different women, and I don't know what kind of money he makes. I can't speak on that. But I can say that there are two different women that are very comfortable with him not having any significant career achievements in the last, 5-10 years. And then all of a sudden he wants to have a child with Chilli. What could possibly be the reason for that?
Speaking of money, we're looking at a situation right now where with Cardi B, she's trying to get divorced from Offset, and he's demanding alimony.
He's wild as hell. Alimony?
Alimony.
He crazy. I ain't know he want alimony.
He wants alimony.
That's insane.
Do you think it's unfair for him to be demanding alimony when she's a higher earner than him?
It's unfair, yeah, because what is she paying alimony for?
This interview is actually emblematic of how the standards for women have essentially been removed, but for men they remain the same. She does spicy content, I'll say that, and she's probably very well off doing it. And if she had done this, say, 60, 70 years ago, she probably couldn't show her face in public without being shamed. But in a society now that almost celebrates this, she's still looking at men and saying, yeah, but why aren't you protecting and providing? Shouldn't you go away from the divorce still paying her even though she makes more money than you? That's how deeply it is ingrained in the system. And she's not considering the fact that someone like Matthew Lawrence is going into the marriage thinking, hey, listen, if I get a child and she blows up on Broadway, guess what that means for me? I mean, that's kind of sort of has been the game for a while now, right? Listen to her response and how deeply ingrained it is that men are never supposed to walk away with anything.
Should a man, after you split, should a man be looking to a woman to kind of furnish his lifestyle?
Do some female stuff like we be doing, like, he gonna pay me. I need child support. That's exactly how you sound right now. She gonna pay me.
I can end this by asking a very simple rhetorical question. Do you think that Matthew Lawrence would walk away from his marriage with Chilli if she's blown up on Broadway and they have a child together and say that he doesn't want anything from her? I don't think so. And it all just proves that young women, especially modern women, are willing to pay for the guys they like. And that's why we are here now.
Do you mind buying this for me, baby?
Ooh, I would, but I'm financially celibate right now, saving my money for marriage.
I am celibate.
Really?
I am financially celibate. I only spend money on me. Excuse me, ma'am. Can I get the check?
Just because you fly me out, don't mean we doing nothing crazy.
Oh, you don't gotta worry about that. I'm celibate.
Ooh, I didn't know you were holding back on sex, period.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Huh?
Yeah, nah, what I'm practicing is financial celibacy.
What?
Yup.
Financial celibacy. It's the new thing that these young men are focusing on when it comes to dating. And as Unc, I just want to say I'm proud of y'all. We always hear women say, my body, my choice. Rightfully so. But as a man, you should be able to say, my wallet, my choice.
From now on, I'm going to be financially celibate. That means I will no longer be spending money on a woman unless we are in a long-term, healthy relationship or we are married.
An undeniable truth that we all have to understand is that if you're a guy and you have extensive experience dating, you know that if you're with a young lady and she feels like she's lucky to be with you, she's going to open her wallet and she's going to be happy to do it. if you expand that out to a societal way of looking at it, then you have more women than ever before in the history of Earth, really, that have the ability to buy the guy that they want. And so when it comes to young ladies saying that men are supposed to protect and provide in a modern environment, it's a much different proposition, because here we have two modern women that are simply saying, this is a guy that I will pay for. Now, if the same women come to you and say, no, you have to pay for me, essentially what that means is that you're not really the guy that I want. Because the guy that I really want in this modern environment where essentially our earnings are on par with men is the guy that I will just pay for, especially if I'm a boss chick. And so a truth that we have to confront is that in this modern environment, when women have their own money and they're essentially telling a guy, you got to bring X, Y, and Z to the table, she's essentially saying, you are not hot enough or attractive enough to me that I will subsidize your life. But best believe that there are some guys that many modern women will. So essentially, that's a woman saying, I don't really like you that much. So you have to pay for the difference between me being super attracted to you and not being the guy that I really want. And then the other side of all of this is, simply put, when guys realize that that's the game, then why are you asking me to pay money for you? Because that's a traditional game for traditional dating, unless I go overseas and I'm making much more money than a woman that I'm dealing with. Modern women have to deal with modern rules. And one of the modern rules that's coming into play now is, simply put, my wallet, my choice, and I am financially celibate. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. I'll catch you next video. Take care, guys.